Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another knife build. We're going to be making just a really simple little pocket knife, something that you're not going to worry about too much if it gets banged around. We'll be using this piece of ADCRV2 that I have, and for the handles we'll be using this, well, Wenge I think is what it's called, but at least that's what we're going to call it for this video. I know what you're thinking right now, and that's, wow, this is perfect. We could sell this as is. However, believe it or not, it will get better with just a little bit more work. We'll get a more pleasing outline on here and get her polished up and then add the handles. So this time around, I thought I'd do something a little bit differently here. Instead of doing a set of central pins along the center of it, I was going to do a couple of smaller offset pins and just see how that looks on this one. I think it could look really good, and worst case scenario, it doesn't look good, and I just scrap it and re-drill my metal holes, and that's it. Time for my favorite part, a little bit of black dicing. Now we're ready to drill some holes in the scales. When we're doing that, we gotta remember we're playing with Wenge. It's always a good idea to have some protection when playing with Wenge. Alright, we're just about ready to stick this into the heat treat oven. We'll get it up to about 1465 to 1480 Fahrenheit and then give it a quench. It'll also be sharing the heat treat oven with another knife, and you'll get to see that one in a different episode. We have our heat treat oven coming up to temperature right now, and you can probably hear the forge running to help heat the oil that we're going to be quenching in. So while we're waiting for all that stuff to come up to temperature, we'll cut out the scales. And always remember, whenever playing with Wenge, we're protection. Heat treat's done, and it's out of the oven for its temper cycle. So now we're ready to take it over to the belt grinder and take it down a little bit more so that way it's all cleaned up and ready for some hand sanding and the handles. Alright, everything's looking really good by this point. So we're going to get these handles kind of roughed in before we get them glued up or before we do the final hand sanding, just so that way we don't have to worry about them a little bit later. So I found a trick recently that really helps out with the hand sanding. Anybody who's done a lot of hand sanding knows that even this much can take hours. So let me show you how to make that take minutes. just about done. So let's get my touch mark on there and sharpen it up. Now we have a completed knife. When I first started, I didn't know if playing with Wenge was going to be a good idea. But now that I've seen the results, I really like playing with Wenge. I think I'm going to have to do that more often. Given the circumstances, I don't think it would be proper to let this one go without making a sheath for it. So we'll go in, get some leather cut, and get one put together. I think we can even try putting some designs on this one so that way they're a little bit less bland. I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that knife already sold. The bad news is that knife already sold. Therefore, I did not get the opportunity to get really good pictures or up close sexy side scrolling video of that knife. So unfortunately, all I have are these pictures here. Well, alright, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments or any projects you'd like to see, just let me know down below. It was good seeing you, and I hope to see you next time.